and welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm Kristen. Today is the mystery box challenge. If you guys are new here and you don't know what that is, a bunch of us YouTubers get together and we all send each other a box full of fun goodies, and there's 2 challenge items in the box that we have to use to create some decor or DIYs. So I'm really excited to open this box. Natalie from Design to the Nines sent me my box. So I'm gonna open that up, and then I sent my box to Courtney from Creative on the Cheap. I will link her video down below so you guys can see what I sent her. So let's just open this box. It is in a long box, so I'm a little intimidated to see what is inside. So let's open it up. All right, so the first thing is a little card. The first item in this box is this wood pile. It comes in a pack of 4. These are really cool. I'm super excited to use these. And this time around in the mystery box, we decided to just do $15 worth of items. It doesn't have to just be Dollar Tree. Usually we do Dollar Tree everything. Obviously you can use Dollar Tree, but we're able to go outside the box and spend just $15 for our mystery box this time around. So I know I didn't say that, but here we go. So yeah, wood pile, these are cool. I can't wait to do something with this. So this will be easy. So I have a little wreath. This is super, super cute. I love that. All right, some ribbon, that is super cute. All right, so I'm really excited to see what some of this stuff is. Oh wow, this is really cute. That is super cute. I don't even know what I could do with this. I'm probably just gonna keep this as is. This is so stinking cute. I love that. It's like a little glass jar with some twine. That is really cute. What else? There's some boxwood greenery. We can always use that. That will be super easy. What are these? Book rings. Oh no, that's not even a challenge item. I've actually never bought book rings before, so I'm super excited to do something with these. Some paint mixing sticks. Okay, so where are these at? I know these were, I'm pretty sure these were at Walmart, but I asked the guy when I went and got paint at Walmart where the painting sticks were, and he just gave me a bunch for free, but I kind of wanted to set these, so I'm really excited to use these. Everything is wrapped so nice. Oh, some terracotta pots, little tiny ones. Okay, so I saved the challenge items for last. Oh no, I don't even know what this is. But I love this wrapping paper, it's so cute. Oh no, what is it? You don't know what it is? Presser's over there. Okay, this actually might be kind of cool. Okay, ooh, okay. It's like a spindle. This is actually really exciting. This is actually, okay, I'm really gonna have to think on this one, so. But that is neat. Okay, that's not really what I thought. Oh, and also there's some crafting tags in here, or some little, what are these? Chalkboard tags, oh my goodness. Okay, so this is challenge item. This is one of the items I have to use. And then here is another challenge item. Oh, they're little birds, okay. All right, you know, these aren't the cutest, or they're not the prettiest color, but I definitely think I could do something with these. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of excited about using these. So I have an idea. I'm so excited for these now. But all right, you guys, that is what is in my mystery box. Like I said, Courtney's video will be linked below so you guys can check out what I picked out for her and what she created with all of those items. One of her mystery items is super awful, and I kind of feel bad now that I kind of got some easy stuff. So yeah, so thank you, Natalie, for sending all this over, and also thank you for not making it super hard on me. So you guys, let's jump into the DIYs. First DIY, I will be using the terracotta pots that were sent to me in the box, and I will be making this cute wall piece. So the first thing you'll need is this Waverly chalk pen ink and any type of sign. This one was thrifted. I actually think it was my mom's, and she was gonna either sell it or get rid of it, so I took it off her hands. Filled this in with, this is actually white wood filler. That is all I had on hand, but I'm gonna be painting, so I didn't care. Some frames, and then some scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. So these frames were from Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna be tearing them apart because you don't need the backs. I actually saw Nicole from the Week's Nest make something super cute with these frames, so I will link her video in the description box below, but it kind of gave me some good inspiration. So yeah, I was really excited to do this. I'm just going to take the backs of the frames, trace them out on the scrapbook paper, and then once I cut the scrapbook paper out, I will just be gluing them, and I just use a glue stick. It works really well for me, and then you're just going to be putting these in frames again anyway, so the frame kind of holds the scrapbook paper in, so you don't even really need to glue these if you don't want to. I'm not using the glass because that was definitely not necessary, and I'm always scared of having glass hung up in the house just in case Nerf guns hit it, the kids run into it. So yeah, actually a lot of my stuff that's hung on the walls now are not glass. So now I'm going to be using these terracotta pots and just dry brushing them with some Waverly chalk paint in white. And I'm not going to show the paints I'm going to be using because I'm honestly just going to be using 2 different paints. Waverly chalk paint in ink, Waverly chalk paint in white. That's the only 2 paints that I use in this entire video. So if you're wondering what paint I use for different DIYs, it's just those 2.
I hope it means that you'll come home to me once you travel the world, all the spaces.
Paint the longer sign black, and I didn't show that just because I thought it was just an easy extra step that wasn't necessary to show. Let me know in the comments below if you like showing step by step, but sometimes I feel like painting is just a tiny bit boring to watch, so I try to skip over the most boring, unnecessary parts. And then I'm just using my hot glue gun and gluing these frames right to the sign.
Inside your heart, I hope I'll be your destination.
And then I'm just going to take my terracotta pots and I'm going to be gluing them in the center of each of these frames. Also using the boxwood, and I'm just going to be pulling this apart. You see those cute little toes on the side? My little daughter Presley was helping me, and she just helped me pull the boxwood apart because we didn't need the stems, and it comes apart super, super easy. And I just placed all of that in some terracotta pots, and we did actually use a whole entire boxwood stem or bunch, whatever we want to call it. But that's actually all I did here, and I just used some command strips to put it on my wall, and I absolutely love this. I cannot believe that this was used with dollar store and thrifted items. So for this DIY, I'm going to be using the wreath, the painter sticks, and the burlap lace, and I'm going to be making this cute little home sign. So the first thing I did was use these paint sticks, ended up just cutting the side off that was not even, and then I just took my Waverly chalk paint in white and painted all of the paint sticks white. And you could definitely do other colors. I think black would have probably been super cute, or like the greens, whatever matches your home. I thought this would match my home perfect, so that is what I went with. And then while I wait for the paint sticks to dry, I'm going to be using this wreath and some boxwood greenery, and I'm just going to be pulling this apart. So I actually use the boxwood for 2 different DIYs, and I actually used all of it. I'm just taking my hot glue and wrapping the boxwood around. I actually did end up doing more than just what you see here because it just wasn't full enough. It just looked really sad, and it just did not look the way I wanted it to. So like I said, I did add another row on top of this to make it more full.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. You're up in...
Once the painter sticks were dry, I just flipped them all over, and then I'm just going to be taking some crafter sticks and gluing them to the back to hold them all together. That's all I did here. You could definitely use some wood glue or something, but honestly, this holds everything super, super great. And they weren't all lining up perfectly, but I actually kind of liked that because it like reminded me of the shiplap when there's little bit of gaps in between. So I definitely loved the way that this turned out, even though when you flip it over, it wasn't 100% perfect because some of the painter sticks were a little off. And then now I'm just taking my wreath and gluing it to the sign. And then, like I said, you're going to see here that this was still kind of empty, but towards the end, you will see that I made it a lot better.
Baby. inside the noise.
Just used my Cricut, and I found this home in the Cricut design space. This wasn't any type of font. This was just a pre-made decal in the design space. And I'm just putting that right over the top. And then I did have a leftover heart from a love sign from the Dollar Tree. And I always keep some of this stuff just laying around because you never know. And then I just end up gluing it right to the side. And then I decided to use some of this lace and just put it right over the top so it would be a cute little hanger. And that is it for this one.
I feel you. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart. I hope I'll be your destination.
I'm actually be using one of the challenge items is these birds. I actually had a birdhouse I picked up at a yard sale this summer. I paid $1 for it. It was kind of in some rough shape, so I did end up taking it outside to sand it down. And then I couldn't get everything sanded completely, but it was smooth as I could possibly get it. And then I'm just painting the base of this, or I guess it's not really the base, it's kind of the middle. I'm painting that white with a Waverly chalk paint in white, and it was kind of hard to get way up towards the top, but I think once it's setting down you can't even tell, especially if you're just going to use this as a decor piece. I guess if you were going to go hang it outside and actually use it as a birdhouse, you might want to paint areas that I did not, because you could see it if it was hanging in a tree. And then I'm just going to be using the black in the Waverly chalk paint and ink and painting the roof of this and the base of this birdhouse.
The traveling kind, it's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. I hope I'll be your destination.
I just used a tiny little wooden dowel I had from Dollar Tree and painted it black because it did have a hole for it. And then I just took some hot glue for the larger hole in the front, and I just added some moss in there. This is just the Spanish moss from the Dollar Tree. And then I added the two birds, which these birds were my challenge items. I'll be honest with you, if I did not have this birdhouse on hand, I have no idea what I would have done with these birds, but I kind of thought about painting them, and then I chickened out and didn't paint them because I honestly didn't know what they would look like or if the paint would even stick or how they would turn out. So I just left them as is, and I just think this is so cute. I did end up adding the chain at the top. I didn't paint it. I didn't do anything with it because I just kind of liked it the rusty, ugly way it was. It's like a good ugly, not a bad ugly. Next DIY, I will be using the mason jar and the binder rings, and I'll be making another cute little sign. I love this one. It's one of my favorites. This coffee sign was a thrift flip. This is little mason jar and then some wood filler to fill in these holes, and I just kind of wipe it away. Waverly chalk paint in white and ink, and I'm also using some little Jenga blocks. I took 6 of them, painted them black, and then I will be gluing them to the tops and the bottoms of the coffee sign that I paint white. And I thought this was just making like a really cute little border. It kind of give it some modern farmhouse vibes, but also just some regular farmhouse. And just use some good old hot glue to glue them, and they actually fit 98% of the way. There's a tiny little hangover, but I thought it looked really, really cute, and you can barely tell unless you honestly look super, super close, but you'd have no idea that there was a tiny little hangover. But I love these. I haven't used Jenga blocks or these little tumbling tower blocks in a really long time from the Dollar Tree, and I have a few left over, so I thought that I would just try to use some items that I already have laying around. These clothespins, Dollar Tree, Valentine's Day, and I just stuck it to the center. They are kind of some nice thick ones. I was going to use the chalkboard tags. I never did, and I use spray paint on the binder rings. I will tell you, it doesn't work. Don't use spray paint, or at least don't use the Color Place Walmart spray paint, because it did not work that great. But it did kind of give me some like rustic vibes, so I did leave it as is and threw in some boxwood greenery from Walmart, and here is the sign. As a DIY, I will be using challenge item number 2, which was the spindle, and I will be making a cute little farmhouse table, just using the Waverly chalk paint and ink, and I'm going to be using these little wood slices as well, and painting all 4 of them black.
1, 2, 3. I've been feeling so small, watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else.
I cut the spindle down, so I don't know what it was at first, but right now it is at 22 inches long to make the table.
No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes.
I also painted the spindle with the Waverly chalk paint and ink, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to just stain it or if I wanted to go with the white and black theme, but I'm totally digging the black and white vibes. I just always have, so I definitely had to paint it black.
Wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town.
And my husband cut a few of these for me. I just had this one, this little wood round in the garage. It is actually 19 inches across, and I'm just painting the top of this white.
Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at
To attach everything, I'm going to be using the Surebonder Professional glue sticks. It says it takes 3 minutes for everything to dry, and I did end up having to hold everything together. So if you do end up using these, just make sure you hold everything together. Definitely have some patience for this as well, because I didn't, and it fell apart and I had to redo it. So definitely if you make everything, just wait the 3 minutes. It's definitely worth the while. And then I'm just putting everything together. This is super easy. I made the base first, and then I used the spindle, and then once that was all dry and together, I found the center, and then I just added some extra hot glue around the bottom because I'm going to be flipping this over anyways. You did see I painted the wood round white at top and bottom because I knew you would see both. And this is what it looks like when it's done. It's actually really sturdy for being a spindle. I love how this turned out. But you guys, that's it for my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are new to my channel, I would love if you consider sticking around and subscribing. And then make sure you check out everybody who did the mystery box challenge. There'll be a playlist in the description box below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!
stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. I wanna drive a faster car. Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette.